Yes, children, welcome to our online education of our BMC. Today we are going to learn about English poem of 5th standard. So let's move forward. So before starting, I will just introduce myself. My name is Charushila Zanke. I'm from MPS Dharavi Killa, and these others are our administrative officers. Okay, so let's move
Yes,
forward.
teacher.
So before starting my poem, I'm just going to tell you what is thought for the day. So today's thought for the day is yesterday is gone. Tomorrow has not yet come. We have only today. So let us begin. Now yesterday is yesterday because it has already went not come yet come, but we can't plan for tomorrow. We have only today. So just think, if you have to become a good reader, good listener, or you have to become good in your studies, you have to become good in your maths, so then you have today. So let's think about today and let us begin. If you start from like this, then you will be a good listener, good reader, and good in maths. So just think about today and plan it from today itself. And this is one of the inspirational thought, that it gives you inspiration that we have to do it from now, right now. Okay, so this was one of the thought for the day. Now let's move forward.
Yes, miss.
Okay, so now we are going to start the English of Standard 5th, The Man in the Moon. So now children, you are going to enjoy this poem because this is an imaginary poem. The poet who has written this poem is also imagining, and he is also letting us to imagine what all things are going to happen in the moon. So let's start. So how this is how your poem looks in your English textbook. You can see the man is over there in the moon. He is looking upside, and what is there upside? A group of stars, and it is a kind of animal. Okay, a group of stars is known as constellation. You might have learned this in geography. A group of stars is known as constellation, or it make a constellation. So this is a group of stars joining, and any kind of animal are there. Two animals, one is small and one is big. So what kind of animal is that? You will later on you will know when I will teach you the poem. Okay, so this is how your poem looks in your English textbook. So let's move. This is the poem. I will recite one time this poem. Just pay attention. The Man in the Moon. The man in the moon, as he sails the sky, is a very remarkable skipper. But he made a mistake when he tried to take a drink of milk from the dipper. He dipped right out of the Milky Way and slowly and carefully filled it. The big bear growled and the little bear howled and frightened him so that he spilled it. Okay, children. So now, by stanza, I will explain you this poem. The Man in the Moon. As I told you earlier, that you have to just imagine this poem. So, in this poem, what the poet is telling in the first stanza, the man in the moon as he sails the sky. Now, what we sail boat. Yes, we do boating. That time we sail the boat. But what this poet is telling, that I am in the moon. I means the poet. The poet is saying that I am in the moon and I am sailing the sky. So where he is sailing in the sky, he is sailing is a very remarkable skipper. Means it's very remarkable. It's unusual skipper. Now, what is the meaning of skipper? Skipper is a captain of a ship or boat, that is known as skipper, and he is very intelligent in sailing the boat because he is captain. So what this poet is telling, that I am in the moon, I am sailing in the sky, and it is a very remarkable skipper. Yes, how he is telling now. See, this is the first stanza, and you have to imagine that the poet is there in the moon and he's sailing the sky. So next, but he made a mistake when he tried to take a drink of milk from the dipper. Now, this dipper, the word has two meanings. Uh, now, what mistake he had made? He had made a mistake when he tried to take a drink of milk from the dipper. Means when he went to take a drink of milk from the dipper. Now here dipper has two meanings. Dipper means a container for taking out water. It is a one of the container to take out the water from the glass or any utensil. Also, there are two constellations called Little Dipper and Big Dipper. Means two constellations means in the first in the slide I told you, this is how your textbook looks. There was a two type of animals, okay, and what that animals, it was an actually imagination animal, because the group of stars were joining. So I told you that this is the big one and this is the little one, and it is any kind of animal I told you, as it has been drawn in your textbook. Okay, so what he made a mistake when he tried to take a drink of milk. Now let's see what he made a mistake in the next stanza. We will see. He dipped right out of the Milky Way. He dipped right out. Means what happened now over here? And slowly and carefully filled it. Means when he started taking the milk from the glass with the help of dipper, what happened? It slowly and carefully filled it. Some milk has been fallen on the, where has been fallen on the sky. The poet is telling, and that is the mistake what the poet has done. And then what he has done, he dipped right out of the Milky Way. Now, children, Milky Way, what is Milky Way? It is also in one of the geography term, but here in the poem, we are just thinking and we are just imagining what the poet is imagining. So you can see one glass of milk is over there, and some dipper is also given there. So that dipper, when he started drinking a sip of the milk from that dipper, some milk fell down, and what happened? The milk spilled over in the sky. This is the imagination. Once again, I'm telling you, this is the imagination of the poet. And then what happened? He told that it is the Milky Way, and the geography term and the other meaning of Milky Way is another, that is in geography. But we are just imagining what the poet is thinking. He is telling that when I started taking a sip of milk from this dipper, a milk spilled it over, a milk spilled, and what happened? It dipped and it went from the sky, all over the sky, and slowly and carefully filled it. Now what he has done, he dipped right out of the milky, means he has dipped it right from the milky, and slowly and carefully again he has filled it. The big bear growled and the little bear howled. Now, from where this big bear and the little bear came, from where I told you now, the group of stars make a constellation, and we have to imagine that any kind of animal is dead. So, what kind of animal was that? The big one was the big bear, and the small one was the little bear. So, what he is telling now? See, he just imagining that this when this milk fell down, what happened? The big bear growled, and the little bear howled. This is the one of the kind of sound of the bear when they shout. What is the shouting known as? A big bear growled and the little bear howled. Okay, this is one of the sound that the bear makes, and this sound is known as growled and howled, and frightened him so that he spilled it. Now, when they shouted, when they growled and they howled, who has frightened? The poet has frightened, and what happened? All the milk has been fell down. This was the mistake made by the poet. Okay, children. Now constellation. Now see, this is one of the picture from your textbook. I told you now. This is the stars. Stars joining. And what happened when the stars has been joining? What the poet thought that this is the big bear, because as the stars were joining with together, so that makes a constellation. But what the bear told, sorry, what the poet told that this is the bear and this is the big bear. So constellation, we can say there was a big bear and little bear. As who has told this? The poet has told, and because he is imagining. Okay. Now what is the meaning of skipper? Captain of a ship or boat, as I told you earlier. And now, what is Milky Way? The band of light consisting of stars that spread across the sky at night. This is the geography term, children. The geography term, as I told you, the Milky Way has two meanings. The first meaning was in geography that the Milky Way, the band of light consisting of stars. Okay, and as the stars are shining and they shine, that it we can say that it is the Milky Way, like that the stars shine. But here in this poet, what he is telling, the Milky Way means he is having a glass of milk and he just tried to drink the milk with the help of dipper, and this milk fell down, and then when this milk fell down, it went everywhere in the sky. So for that, the poet is telling that this is the Milky Way. Okay, children. He is just imagining and letting us also to imagine this poem. So here now you can see whatever it is underlined, that is new words for you. Remarkable, I have underlined, that is the new word. And Milky Way is also a new word for you. Yes. Now,
Yes, there was
uh,
keeper you are underline. You are
yes, keeper,
circle.
keeper are circle. So I'm telling you why it is circle, because they are the rhyming words. Okay, skipper,
अरे
dipper. Yes, same sounds, but words are different. So that is rhyming. Skipper is rhyming for dipper. That's why it has been circled. Now, growled and howled. They are also rhyming. Same
what?
sound, but the words are different. Growled and howled. That is also rhyming words. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, see here. Write the rhyming words from the poem. Skipper, dipper.
Her,
Growled,
deeper,
howled. You
howled.
can take a you can take a screenshot, because I will tell you to write this in your English notebook. Yes, have you taken screenshot?
Yes, miss, I have taken.
Okay, so we'll move forward. Now, see this question. Read the following and say whether the statements tell you about facts or whether they are imaginary. Means now, as the poet has imagined this poem, many things he has imagined. So there will be there they have given you some sentences, and from that sentences we have to tell that it is imaginary or fact. Fact means real. So first sentence, there is a man in the moon. Can a man live in the moon? No.
It
Okay.
is
So what is that?
imaginary.
Imaginary. Okay. The Milky Way contains milk. What is
Imaginary.
imaginary? Because I told you the Milky Way means it is a band of stars that shine in the night. So that is the Milky Way. But here the poet has imagined that the Milky Way means it contains milk. So that is totally wrong and it is imaginary. The big bear in the sky can growl. Yes, bear,
Imaginary.
imaginary, because bear can't go in the sky and he can't growl from there. Okay, that was
Yes.
also imaginary. Yes. The moon sails across the sky.
Yes, fact.
Yes,
Fact.
it is fact, because moon is over there, na. But
Yes.
man can't go there. Yes, man can't go and sail in the sky. The moon can sail because the moon is already in the sky. So that is the fact. Yes, you can fill the dipper in the sky with milk. Now you can
Imaginary.
go. You can go in the sky and you can fill the milk with the help of dipper. No, it's imaginary. First of all, you can't go in the moon, and if you go, where is the milk over there? There is no milk. Yes, and we can't
Yes.
fill with the help of dipper. So that is the imagination of the poet. There are number of stars in the sky. Yes, it is a fact. It is a real. So it is a fact. There are number of stars in the sky. Okay. So here are some question and answers. What mistake did the man in the moon make? The mistake that the man in the moon made
The
was that he tried to take a drink of milk from the dipper. This was the mistake made by the man. Question number
teacher,
two.
I didn't take the screenshot. First one.
Okay. Sorry. Take. Now we will move for the second question. What did he try to take the milk from? What did
He
he try
tried
to?
to take the milk from Milky Way.
Yes, he tried to take the milk from Milky Way. Yes, take the screenshot.
Miss, I take a screenshot of it.
Okay. Now third question. Why did he spill the milk? Now why did he spill the milk? Read answer.
The big bear growled. This wait, Miss. The big bear growled and the little bear howled. The frightened the man in the moon so much that he spilled the milk.
Yes, because the sound of the big bear and the little bear frightened the man who was there in the moon and the milk fell down. Okay. Chalo, then we will move forward. Here is one of the information I have to give over here. As this poem was an imaginary, okay? This poem was imaginary, but there was a man who went in the moon. And who was he? Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong was the man who became astronaut. Okay, he became an astronaut and flew into the space on Apollo 11 and Gemini 8. He was the first man to walk on the moon. Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the moon. He taught aerospace engineering at University of City from 1971 to 1979. He flew combat missions in the Korean War, was hit by anti-aircraft fire and forced to bail out of his plane. He served on accident investigations from Apollo 13 and Challenger. Means he was the first man who went in the moon. Okay, and he has walked on the moon. And it's not easy, children, to walk on the moon because we don't get gravity over there in the moon. So we just sail and we jump. We can't stand on the land as we stand here in the earth. On the land, we are not able to stand on the moon because gravity is not there. Okay, so what was the birth date of Neil Armstrong? August 5, 1930.
August 5, 1913.
Yes, and when he died, August
25,
25,
2012.
2012. Yes. So this was the small information I have to give you. And here, landing on the moon. One small worksheet I have given you. Take a screenshot. You have to write this also in your notebook. So what is the first one? Did you know that Neil Armstrong was the first man to
An
walk?
astronaut on the moon.
Yes, he
As
was.
teacher,
He was.
astronaut.
No. Did you know that the Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the moon? Walk will come. Okay.
Yes.
Then he was an astronaut. Second answer is he was an astronaut.
Astronaut.
Yes. Then Neil Armstrong flew into a rocket ship to
Rocket
get
ship.
to the moon. Yes. Then fourth one, he left his dash on the moon. What he left? His footprints. Because
Footprint. Footprint.
he walked on the moon. Neil Armstrong put the dash flag on the moon. Okay,
American.
American flag, yes. His footprints and the flag are still on the moon today.
Today.
Yes. So you got the answers. You take the screenshot of this too and solve this in your notebook. Put today's date, write your name, okay? And solve in your
Okay.
English notebook. Yes, children, I hope you understood this poem and you have enjoyed this poem as I told you to imagine how the man in the moon, how the poet went into the moon and what all things he had imagined over there. Okay, children,
Yes, teacher.
thank you.
Thank you, Miss. Have a nice day. Stay home. Stay safe.